Quantum systems like atoms,
Yeah.
they explore multiple possibilities simultaneously.
At the same time.
Yeah, unlike our traditional computers
Right.
that work step by step,
Uh-huh.
quantum computers can tackle problems in a totally different way.
So Willow is like Google's attempt to create a computer that thinks more like nature.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
And it's not their first attempt either.
Right.
Willow builds on years of research and development.
Uh-huh.
They've had chips like Foxtail,
Yeah.
Bristlecone, and of course Sycamore.
Ah, Sycamore. That's
Yeah.
the one that made headlines
Yeah.
back in 2019.
2019, that's right.
Beating a supercomputer at a complex task.
Exactly. Each new chip has built upon the last one,
Okay.
addressing limitations, pushing capabilities.
Okay.
With Willow, they've made a huge leap forward
Okay.
in something called quantum coherence times.
Okay, break that down for me.
Sure.
What are coherence times?
Okay.
And why are they so important?
Well, imagine you're juggling, right?
Okay.
The longer you can keep those balls in the air
Right.
without dropping them,
Yep.
the more complex tricks you can perform.
Makes sense.
Coherence time is kind of like that for qubits,
Okay.
which are the building blocks of quantum computers.
Right.
It's the length of time they can hold on to information and stay useful.
So the longer the coherence times, the more powerful the quantum computer?
Precisely. It was a major bottleneck.
Okay.
But Willow boasts a 5-fold improvement
Wow.
over Sycamore, going from 20 to 100 microseconds,
Wow.
which is huge in the quantum world.
Okay, 5 times longer.
Yeah.
Got it. But how did they achieve that?
Right.
Did they discover some new magical material?
Well, it's not magic, but it's pretty close.
Okay.
Google has this super specialized quantum chip factory in Santa Barbara.
Really?
Apparently only a handful of places on Earth
Wow.
can do this kind of fabrication.
So they're building these chips atom by atom
Pretty much.
in this high-tech facility.
Yeah, it highlights just how cutting edge this technology is.
Yeah.
Building these chips requires incredible precision and control over the materials
Right.
at the atomic level.
So like a house of cards, but a million times smaller?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, and this all ties back to the longer coherence times.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's this incredible fabrication process
Okay.
that helps achieve those longer coherence times.
Right.
And there's another breakthrough. They're highlighting error correction.
Okay.
The video made it sound like some kind of holy grail.
Yeah. Error correction.
Yeah.
So what's the big deal with that?
Yeah.
I mean, computers make errors all the time, right?
It's different with quantum computers.
Right.
They're incredibly sensitive and prone to errors,
Yeah.
which has been a major roadblock to building larger, more powerful systems.
Right.
For decades, the theory was that you could suppress these errors in quantum calculations, but nobody could actually do it.
Right.
Now, Willow is demonstrating this for the first time.
Okay.
Their error rates are actually halving as they add more qubits.
Wait, so more qubits mean fewer errors?
Yeah.
That seems counterintuitive.
It is, and that's what makes this so significant.
Okay.
It means we can build larger, more complex quantum computers that are actually more reliable. Think about the implications for solving those complex problems we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
This is game changer.
Wow, error correction, who knew?
Right.
But how do they actually measure how powerful Willow is compared to, say, a supercomputer?
That's where random circuit sampling comes in.
Okay.
They pitted Willow against one of the world's most powerful supercomputers on this benchmark test.
Okay.
Which is essentially a way to gauge how well a computer can handle incredibly complex calculations.
So they put Willow up against a supercomputer.
They did.
What happened?
The results are mind-boggling.
Okay.
What Willow can do in under 5 minutes would take that supercomputer longer than the age of the universe.
Wow.
It really highlights that exponential difference in power.
So Willow is basically leaving supercomputers in the dust.
Well, for specific tasks, yes.
Yeah.
It's important to remember that quantum computers aren't meant to replace classical computers entirely.
Right.
It's more about opening up entirely new possibilities, tackling problems that classical computers simply can't handle.
Okay, so it's not about replacing our laptops.
Right.
It's about adding a whole new dimension to what we can do with computing.
Exactly.
Okay.
And speaking of pushing boundaries, Google is really excited about their tunable qubits.
Tunable qubits?
Yeah.
What are those?
Okay, so...
And why are they such a big deal?
It's actually a brilliant approach. Imagine you're a musician.
Okay.
Trying to get that perfect sound out of your instrument, you make tiny adjustments.
Yeah.
Right. Fine-tuning it.
Right.
Until it's just right.
Yeah.
That's what Google is doing with tunable qubits.
Okay.
Each one can be individually adjusted to optimize performance and reduce errors.
So it's like each qubit is its own little instrument, and they can fine-tune the whole orchestra of qubits for the best performance.
Yes. And there's another benefit.
What's that?
It allows for reconfigurability. They can literally tweak the hardware using software updates.
Wow.
That level of control is unprecedented.
So it's not just about the physical chip, it's about the software that controls it too.
It's both.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
The video even gave us some of Willow's stats. High connectivity, low error rates, long coherence times.
That sounds impressive.
It sounds like the ultimate quantum machine.
Well, it's certainly impressive.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
It seems to hit a sweet spot, across the board.
Right.
But it's important to remember that this is still early stage technology.
Okay.
The real test will be its applications.
Speaking of applications, Google seems to have some pretty ambitious goals for Willow.
Absolutely.
Okay.
They're talking about everything.
Okay, like what?
From designing new pharmaceuticals and materials to revolutionizing battery technology.
Wow.
And even advancing fusion power.
They're really aiming high.
They are.
And they seem confident that Willow's up to the task.
They're clearly excited about the progress they've made.
Okay.
Especially with error correction.
Right.
They believe Willow is operating below the error correction threshold.
Okay.
Meaning it can reliably perform calculations that were previously impossible.
That's incredible.
Yeah, they even mentioned that it performs random circuit sampling.
Okay.
Far beyond what's possible with classical computers.
So what you're saying is that Willow can not only perform these complex calculations, but can do it accurately.
That's right.
Wow.
And they even address the fact that not all qubits are created equal.
Okay.
Some are outliers with higher error rates than others.
Ah, so even in the quantum world, you have the overachievers and the underachievers.
Exactly.
Okay.
But Google claims they can actually fix those outlier qubits.
Really?
They use their tunable qubits to reconfigure them and bring their performance in line with the rest of the device.
So they can literally tune these outlier qubits.
It seems so.
Until they fall in line with the rest.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
It is.
Oh, okay.
And they emphasize that they can continuously develop new calibration strategies using software to push error rates down across all qubits.
Okay.
It's a constant process of refinement and improvement.
It sounds like they are really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with quantum computing. It's mind-blowing.
Absolutely. And the fact that they're sharing all this information publicly is a testament to their commitment to advancing the field as a whole.
Yeah.
They're not trying to keep it all for themselves.
That's good to hear.
Right.
So we've talked about what Willow IS, but what does it all mean?
Right.
Is this the beginning of the quantum revolution everyone's been talking about?
It's certainly a major milestone.
Okay.
The combination of, longer coherence times, lower error rates, and demonstrably superior performance compared to classical computers. Is incredibly significant. However, it's important to manage expectations.
Right.
This is still a very young technology. And there are many challenges to overcome before quantum computers become mainstream.
So it's not like we'll all be using quantum computers on our desktops next year.
Not quite.
Okay.
There are still some hurdles to clear.
So what are those? What are some of the challenges they still need to figure out? So what are those?
Well, for one thing, building even larger and more complex quantum computers is going to require further advancements in fabrication techniques. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
Specialized facility in Santa Barbara. Imagine the complexity of building a chip with even more qubits. All while maintaining those low error rates and long coherence times.
It's a scaling problem. Like trying to build a skyscraper out of those tiny houses of cards.
It's a huge engineering challenge.
Yeah.
And then there's the software side of things.
Right.
We need to develop quantum algorithms that can effectively harness the power of these machines for real-world problems.
Right. So it's not enough to just have the hardware.
Right.
we need to figure out how to program these things to do useful work.
That's a good analogy.
Okay.
And then there's the issue of accessibility.
Right.
Quantum computers are currently incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
And require specialized expertise to operate.
Yeah.
Making them more accessible to researchers and developers will be crucial for driving innovation and broader adoption.
Right.
We need more people tinkering with these things, experimenting, finding new ways to use them.
So it's not just about the technology itself.
Yeah.
It's about building an entire ecosystem around it.
It's about making quantum computing more approachable and less intimidating.
Yeah.
We need to demystify it so that more people can contribute to its development and explore its potential.
Well, with breakthroughs like Willow, it certainly feels like we're heading in the right direction.
Absolutely. The progress we're seeing is truly remarkable.
Yeah.
Think about it just a few years ago. Exceeding classical supercomputers was considered a major achievement. Now Willow is performing calculations. That would take those same supercomputers longer than the age of the universe.
It's mind-boggling to think about how far we've come.
It is.
And how much potential lies ahead. It really fires up my imagination. It makes you wonder, what are some of the craziest, most unexpected applications that might emerge from quantum computing?
Yeah, things we haven't even thought of yet.
Things we haven't even thought of. That's the exciting part.
Yeah, it's like being on the cusp of a new scientific era.
Yeah.
We know it's going to be transformative, but we can only begin to imagine what those transformations will look like.
So what are some of the areas that have you the most excited?
Well, one area with immense potential is drug discovery and materials science. Imagine being able to create tailored medicines or materials with specific properties, all thanks to quantum simulations. It could revolutionize the way we develop everything, from new drugs to more efficient solar panels.
That would be incredible.
It would.
It sounds like we're talking about a future where we can design solutions to some of humanity's biggest challenges.
Exactly. Yeah. And then there's financial modeling.
Oh, okay.
Quantum computers could help us manage risk, optimize investments, and develop entirely new financial instruments.
So quantum computing could revolutionize Wall Street.
It's certainly possible.
As well as the scientific world.
Yeah.
Wow.
And don't forget about cryptography.
Right.
Quantum computers could break existing encryption methods.
Yeah.
But they could also help us create new, more secure ones.
Okay.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
But one that has the potential to reshape cybersecurity as we know it.
That's both exciting and a little bit unnerving.
It is.
But overall, it sounds like the potential benefits of quantum computing far outweigh the risks.
I tend to agree.
Okay.
It's a powerful tool.
Right.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill.
Yeah.
But I'm optimistic that we can harness its power.
Okay.
For the betterment of humanity.
This deep dive has been incredible.
It has.
From the inner workings of Willow to the far-reaching implications of quantum computing.
It's been a wild ride.
I agree. It's fascinating to see how a single breakthrough like Willow can open up so many possibilities and spark so much discussion.
Yeah.
It's amazing to think that we might be living through the early days of something as monumental as the quantum computing revolution.
It's exciting.
It feels like we're on the verge of a whole new era of technological advancement.
It truly is a remarkable time to be alive.
It is.
Who knows, maybe someday you'll be the one making groundbreaking discoveries in the quantum realm.
Okay, I'm officially inspired.
I'm glad.
This deep dive really emphasizes just how fast this field is moving.
It is.
Willow is a snapshot of where we are in Never You, but it feels like we're just scratching the surface of what's possible.
I couldn't agree more. And what I find truly thought-provoking is this. If they can achieve this kind of progress in just a few years, what might the next generation of quantum computers look like? Or what world-changing problems might they solve?
Right. That's something for all of us to consider.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is.